That was some concoction you were lashing back last night.
Tramps Tiki La Vince, I've some head on me today fella.
What's this feckin' fella business me laddie?
Just some local term of endearment I picked up recently.
To add to your bird-brained collection. They speak in a pigeon tongue these locals, and I don't want you picking up any more of their habits. It's not English and it's not Irish. At best it's Bogrish.
Bogrish Vince?
Language of the bog-brained. Now getting back to this tequila.
I'm doing everything here just to keep the contents of me stomach down.
And what is Tramp's tequila comprised of anyway?
Methylated spirits with a dash of petrol to enhance the color. I even managed to rescue a moldy lemon slice from the bin at the back of Brady's.
You may be pig shit thick Krills, but lacking in resources you are not. You got yourself some salt from the chippy opposite also, I'd say.
Sure, I've been barred from Gino's since Christmas.
For vomiting on the window at kicking out time. Gino gave you a few digs, that's right. How'd you come by the salt then?
I scooped it up off the road.
The gritters were out last night, is right. And of course tequila is never the same without a worm. A worm should have been easy enough to come by.
Well, the ground was rock hard with frost, so I had to use the next best thing.
And what was that, or do I even want to know?
I used an old nail.
Your guardian angel must be a right fucking practical joker to watch you put a rusty old nail in a bottle you were about to consume.
And anyway, it wasn't a rusty old nail, smarty pants. It was a toenail.
Jesus, Mary and the rest of the clan. Well, it's tradition to swallow the worm when you've sunk the bottle, although they say it has hallucinogenic properties. Please tell me you didn't swallow some stranger's toenail.
You're only jealous 'cause you didn't get to taste it.
You probably can't see it in this light, but right now I'm swallowing hard. If it makes you feel any better, I don't think a fusty old toenail will be of any more danger to your health. The amount of drain cleaner and paint stripper running through your veins. Speaking of which, how'd you get on at the doctor?
Not so good.
Shit.
The only thing that would save me now, the doctor said, is a time machine and a strong set of manacles.
Should be able to find manacles somewhere, but a time machine.
I need that many organ transplants. It would be easier to chop me head off and put it on a healthy body, the fellow said.
A healthy body, albeit one that's missing a head. Might be easier to find a time machine. So you've two choices essentially. Volunteer yourself for a body transplant, or offer to be a head donor.
I think I might just put it on the long finger, if it's all the same with you.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I haven't seen Bilko this past few days. A little birdie told me he was last seen down the port.
I must confess to hearing a similar story myself.
He was seen clambering aboard a big ship unbeknownst to the crew. Next thing they upped anchor and the ship left the harbor. Geez, he's a jammy and so is Bilko.
In what way?
Stowing away on a big ship. From what I heard, it was one of those luxury liners that sail round the Caribbean where the drink is free and there's more easy women than you could shake a stick at.
This little birdie mate of yours sounds like a right bullshitter altogether. You see, between you and me, it was I that coaxed Bilko into heading down the port on the pretext that a ship laden with a cargo of Jamaican rum was anchored there.
I do love the Jamaican rum too, Vince. Surprised you never mentioned it.
I didn't mention it, Krills, because it didn't exist. There was a sea-going vessel there, all right, but it was more of a rust bucket trawler than anything else, and it was destined for the Isle of Man with a cargo of dried fish.
So he'll not be back in 6 months with a suntan, half a dozen lasses, and the most enjoyable hangover ever. Is that what you're telling me?
Will he fuck the cunt? Bilko will be back before the weekend, looking like shit and stinking of rotting fish. In fact, he'll need a week in a sheep dip before they let him back in the shelter, and I have to say I am delighted for the skinny streak of piss